This is the new TC Pride Podcast, episode 96, on location at Target Field with Miguel Ramos, Director of Diversity and Inclusion Strategy for the Minnesota Twins. TC Pride Podcast on location in downtown Minneapolis at Minnesota Twins headquarters for a very special chat with Mr. Miguel Ramos, the Director of Diversity and Inclusion Strategy for the Minnesota Twins. Miguel, how are you? Thanks for being here today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So, before we get too far into things, maybe we can start at the very beginning and tell folks who might not be familiar with the Minnesota Twins just a little about the organization and maybe how you became involved with them.
Of course. Well, the Minnesota Twins baseball club is a MLB team here in Minnesota and been here for over 50 years, and not necessarily Minnesota, but it's an organization that I respect a lot in terms of the commitment that they have for community beyond baseball. And I'm here for destiny. I came from Puerto Rico. And I don't have in mind that, hey, I went to Minnesota because I want to work for MLB team or nothing like that. I came here like any immigrants that want to provide a better quality of life for their families. And life put me in different step. And so I was looking for a job, but the opportunity came, and I took it.
Well, we appreciate your time today. And, so diversity and inclusion is kind of an emerging field in some ways anyway, and maybe more so in sports. And since we do have the Twins Director of Diversity and Inclusion Strategy with us here today, I was just wondering what kind of education or specialty training that you might recommend for anyone out there listening who may be interested in going into the diversity and inclusion field in professional sports.
I strongly believe that not only about formal education, this is important. I believe also it's about what's in your heart and your mind, and your commitment to really be sure that everyone is treated fair, and everyone, that you do this with authenticity. You need to be authentic. You need to really care about people. You need really showing people compassion. You're showing people understanding and respect that everyone is unique. And so sometimes you can read many of those things in books, and you can go and have a master's degree and PhD, and that's fine. That's cool. Then that's good. You know what? But most important is be human and respect others. So if you want to be success in diversity and inclusion, be sure you treat others in the way that you want to be treated.
Sounds like very good advice. So, of course, the main reason we were here today is to talk about some of the ways the Minnesota Twins are working hard to increase inclusion and diversity in a number of ways. But before we talk about some of the things that may be coming up this year, we should probably take a second and get folks up to speed on a few of the ways the Twins have been partnering with Twin Cities Pride and other organizations over the last number of years.
Sure. Well, first of all, we believe that diversity is something that you celebrate the 365 days of the year. It's not about one event. It's not about a checkbox that is, okay, well, we are going to do this because we want to be sure we do something. Our commitment is okay, what we can do as organization. Let's see what we have as organization. Be sure that everyone has the opportunity to be part of. And that mentality. We are looking from past years. We was more about how we can be part of the community. We don't want to wait till the community come to us. We want to be in the community and build a relation that is a mutual respect relation. So what we try to do is be there with the community, hear about the issues that they have, and see how we can use the platform, the brand Twins, to help those communities to be success. So we participate in different events. We participate with our friends in Lavender, and be there with the community in the different events that they have. We help Gay for Good organization that, as you know, do volunteer work in all communities. And Twin City Pride is we start to develop an authentic relation, and be sure they understand what is on our mind, our heart. I understand that this is a business. I understand that we need to sell tickets to pay payrolls and many other things. But I think it's more important, like I said to the one senior staff when they told me, what's your priority when you start to work with the Twins? And I said to them, my priority is not sell ticket, and they look like me like, we're hiring a wrong person, and I said, well, let me explain why. I understand that at the end this is a business, but I'm not worried about selling ticket because I know our community have money. But the point is this: why they should show and decide to come to see us. Why us? They have many other alternatives, but why us? I want to be sure that they understand that we care. We care about their issues. We care about their success. We want to be with them. When they feel that we are partners in here for real, I know that we come and support us. And that's what we tried to build in this past year with the LGBT community. So let's go there. Let's work, be with them. Let's invite them to come here. There are different events that we have. Let's bring some people from outside. We bring Billy Beans, the first gay man in baseball. We bring other people here to say, we are proud. We develop and participate in Pride, parades, and but this is beyond of Pride Month. That's what we try to build. I talked with Twin City Pride also with Dot and said, Dot, I wanted to know what's other things that you're doing outside of Pride or Pride Month. The same thing with Gay for Good, the Gay Man Choir, and other organizations. So what you're doing there, and see, what we can do. I know overpromise. I don't say, I don't want to never overpromise nothing. But you know what? I want to keep my mind open, for possibilities.
And so one of the reasons I was actually really excited to sit down with you today was that, as we were preparing for this interview, you seemed really excited to share with people about some of the ways the Twins will be stepping up to the plate again this year. And like I said, not just over the festival, but increasingly throughout the entire year as well.
Yes, well, one of the things that, for example, I had a great meeting with Beth Mejias here 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago, and talk about possibility about the volunteer program that they have, and see how we can, be part of those, and also how we can help the organization to elevate the profile of the organization. We have something that when we talk about Twins is a great brand recognition. How we can use that to be sure that we put a spotlight, everyone in this community, that every fan of the Twins organization understand that in Twin territory and Tiger Field, everyone is welcome. That we need to treat people with respect. So what we want to do, like the same thing with Twin City Pride, where we want to continue to support the volunteers for Pride and other events, bring them here, so give some ticket that they can. We want to say thank you for the work that you're doing. Gay for Good, the same thing. So give some ticket to say thank you for being here. We're looking to see if we can participate in the family event for LGBTQ community. So invite them and be there with them to play, have some baseball game there, so whatever with the people.
Yeah, and I know the Minnesota Twins this last year. But did they give 4 tickets to every volunteer the Pride Festival, right?
Oh yes, yeah. We provide 4 tickets for every volunteer that the Twin City Pride have, and for us it's great, because we need to recognize, or the volunteer movement, and we wish also that volunteer movement go also for all communities. Not only the LGBT community, but we want to support that, and we did it. It was a great honor for us, so we can see the friends, here and Tigerfield and enjoy the game, but also say thank you for what you do for others. That's important.
Yeah, and we've talked a lot on the podcast about how corporations can't do it alone, sports teams can't do it alone, organizations can't do it alone. It takes a broad coalition of people, including volunteers, and it sounds like the Minnesota Twins definitely recognize that. And of course, we appreciate the donation of tickets to our volunteers last year. And we should probably also let folks know that the Twins' commitment to Twin Cities Pride and other LGBTQ organizations, like you mentioned, is really just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to all of the ways that the Twins give back to the community. I know on the website it talks about how the Twins partner with a variety of community organizations, and like you just said, it talks about how the Twins play 162 games, but they celebrate diversity 365 days a year.
That's the way to do it. we really are committed with this. When it's going to be 10 years that the Minnesota Twins decide to open this department. And yes, in the past, the organization did different kind of things. They do the Latino night, they do African American night, and many other nights. But at the same time, they don't see the participation from the community here in the way that they want to see it. And when I came aboard the 10 years ago, I said, you know what? Why we do so many nights? If we can do a good one, so let's concentrate. And then the other thing is, I'm from community too, I'm minority too, so I have my own challenge when I came here, and I still have my own challenge, challenge never going to disappear, but I say, why we not show unity? Why we not come together as one first? And let's build this all year around with all communities that include white community, because you know what? We all are different. We all are diverse. So why we not can come together and build a united front? Let's take the time to show people that we really work with them, care with them. We talk about, for example, a reading program. We go to school to read book to kids, elementary kids. We read the book about Jackie Robinson and Roberto Clemente. What we do there is not only to talk about baseball. We talk to those kids about hope. We talk to those kids about values. We talk to those kids that the bullying is not welcome. That when you see someone that's different than you need to embrace that different. I have my own experience with my own daughter when she was bullying in school when she came here and she crying. That's not right, and when she was a kid. So we go to those schools. This year we are going to be over 35 schools. We are going to read and promoting reading as important tool to success, but also about respect, honesty, courage, determination that showed Jackie Robinson when he started to break the color barrier of baseball. That Roberto Clemente with the spirit of gift and helping others. So, we want to show that earlier in the life of those kids. But also we have a program that we support different non-profit organization with sponsorship for different work, that wonderful job that they do in the community. We have tickets that we provide for low-income families that they can come and watch the game. We support a situation include further than Minnesota with, unfortunately, the Hurricane Maria that happened in Puerto Rico that destroyed the country. So this organization is involved in many charity ways, helping others, and I think, is I wish I can have more resources, because always the need is more bigger than the resources that you have. But you know what? It's working together that we can make a bigger difference. So maybe it has something, and maybe other organization has also something, how we can put together what you have, what I have, and build a united community that benefit everyone in Twin Territory. Because, it's important that everyone feel welcome, and every kid should have the opportunity to be success. And I think that is a key part of what we're doing. You talk about, before the interview, you say, oh, we're going to talk about this or that, and maybe in the end we talk about baseball. For me, this is beyond baseball. I don't work here necessarily because baseball is cool, it's great. It's a good job because you can enjoy baseball, but it's about what baseball can do in life for others. How we can use that brand baseball excitement, and when we suffer here a loss, everyone suffer the loss. When we cheer the win, everyone cheer the win. That means that we are only one. I want to see that only one things outside from this stadium. So when one community, like maybe the LGBT community, has some challenge, should be my challenge. And should be the challenge of others when the African American community have a challenge. Should be the challenge of LGBT community too. So I strongly believe when that happens, we are going to be a strong community. That's what the Twins organization try to build through this diversity and inclusion. Completely different than maybe others. And maybe people say to me many times, "Are you dreaming? You dreaming. This is a dream." And I say, "Yeah, but the dream bring me here because when I was in Puerto Rico, I was in a poor place, and my father died when I was young, and I dreamed that I'm going to fix and do something that." To prevent that happen to my own family. And then here in Minnesota, with my limitation, with my broke English, with many challenges, to try to do something that people think that can be possible.
And of course, you did mention baseball. And since we are talking about the Minnesota Twins today, we should probably talk at least a little about baseball. Sure. We are starting to get some stretches of warm days here in the Twin Cities, which means baseball season is right around the corner. What would you like folks to know about Twins baseball this year?
Well, we are very excited about baseball. Yesterday, they put out the cover of the grass, and we saw green for first time for so many years. That was a huge excitement, a huge excitement. But also, we have a good spring training, and we have a good off season. We hiring or signed good players. We are very proud our front office in the way that they managed to build something that was missing last year in the bullpen. And the starter pitching, and then long hitter, power hitter person. I think the attitude right now is a positive in terms of we believe that we can go farther than we did last year, and last year was a huge success for us in terms of the game. So we have a attitude that we are going to really give to the fans something that they deserve and earn. That this year they are going to be proud of the hard work of the past years, and we really appreciate. You know what, guys? We have a great fans. I'm very proud of the Twins fans for many ways. In tough time, they was with us and still with us. And now I think it's a time that we need to give to the fans something that they feel, oh, thank you, But personally, I'm very proud of the Twins fans because also they with us in tough time in my life when the Hurricane Maria happened. We received a support for the Twins fans, incredible support when we announced that we are going to recollect food and donation to the victim of the hurricane in Puerto Rico. The Twins fan helped us so good, and we accomplished both of the goals, and we sent container of food and water and medicines to Puerto Rico. And you need to see people coming, here and say, we with you. We are with you. We want to support you guys. People that maybe don't have idea where is Puerto Rico and where we are, So, you see people walking for downtown with case of waters to bring and live here in Target Field. That's mean a lot, So, and when we talk about diversity, I want to you understand and everyone understand that this is beyond of races, that we should support each other and not criticize nobody and support each other, because some of those people, a majority of those people that bring that food was white people, and helping Puerto Ricans, people that they don't know. Yes, I know racism is there. Yes, I know we have people that want to divide us. I know we had those people, but it's not everyone. So let's not just make judgment for a few or some group when we have all this big group that are willing to support us. Let's not do to others what we don't want others do to us. And understanding hard. Hey, I'm being there. I have people that told me, hey, you're in America, you should speak English, not Spanish. They sent me 20. I have been in Minnesota for 26 years. 26 years ago, a person and a white person in the community told me in front of my daughter, you in America. When I was talking in Spanish to my daughter, you in America, you should speak English. 25 years later, 26 years later, another person said to me, a white person said to me, and I was talking in Spanish, he said, "You're in America, you should speak English." But I'm going to make adjustment that because that two people in my life, everyone are the same. No, I have many other white people that help me a lot to be success here in the United States. I can make adjustment to others when I don't want other people make adjustment to me, or to people that don't look like me. So that's, I think, is why in my heart and my mind, I'm very so involved with LGBTQ community. And I want to continue growing the relation. And I want to really, because it's authentic, you can maybe feel this is a joke, but I was in one event a couple of weeks ago, and with LGBT community, I met you also there with Lavender Magazine, and I feel so happy when I see so many people that I know, And next day, I was in another event that was with the Latino Bar Association in one hotel, and then I started to look around. And I saw many people. I saw people, but I don't remember who they are. And I made a comment to a friend that came later. I said, this is incredible. And I feel proud. He said, what? I was yesterday at one event in the LGBT community, and I met many people that I know. I know many people there, and here in my own community, I don't know who is these people. And the person said, Miguel, why is that possible? I said, because it's clear to me that those people that are here are not in the same place I am. And work in this community from the bottom, from cleaning floor to in the point that I am now, and being in many places in the community. So I saw, then I said, those people here in this event, in the Latino event, should be involved in the community more. So, and I'm proud to this relation because, last year, Lavender Magazine selected Minnesota Twins as one of the awards for this. I don't know who nominated us. I don't know whatever, but for me it was a shock because I don't do this for awards. I did this because we care. But that select us, that's huge. And as you know, and maybe we're going to talk about back to baseball, where our continue ongoing develop relation is we're going to do a things night is about pride, things night. But be clear in this. We're not doing this night as a checkbox. This night is one more things that we want to do to continue support the community, and we are very proud of that. That it's going to be July 9 here, and we are going to have a special hat that the people that buy a ticket for that game, they can have this hat. So, but you need to go to the webpage and find information about that.
And Miguel, if there are people or organizations in the community listening right now who are interested in partnering with the Twins over the baseball season or any other time of the year, where can they go to get any information that they might be looking for?
Well, you know what? If some organization want to know a little bit more about, I would be more than happy if they can send me one email directly to me. And my email is Miguel Ramos at twinsbaseball.com. Miguel Ramos at twinsbaseball.com, and I will be more than happy to connect with them. Also, they can go to our webpage. MLB.com/twins-diversity, and there they can see the different work that we do regarding diversity, because in many programs, again, we work with all communities, and we want to be sure. The dream is that anytime that we send some information to one community, all community receive at the same time. No before, no after. Yes, again, it's a dream because the community is so big, but we are moving in the right direction, and we want to be sure that everyone, Twins fans and Twin territory, understand that in Twins organization, everyone is welcome. everyone.
Well, thank you, Miguel. And on behalf of the organization, I'd like to thank you and the Minnesota Twins for being leaders in diversity and inclusion, like you said, not just during the baseball season, but all year long. Best of luck to you and the club this year, and I look forward to doing this again sometime.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity, and also, my respect for Pride organization and for the hard work that they're doing, and from other organizations that try to build a unity in diversity.
Thank you very much, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Sure, thank you.
The TC Pride Podcast is a production of Podletter Media and Twin Cities Pride. Subscribe now on iTunes, on Android, or by email at tcpridepodcast.org. Get above the noise by raising your voice. Podletter Media turns your email newsletter, blog, or video content into a more powerful, more personal, more intimate, on-demand listening experience. Your podcast, your story, your voice. Simplified, amplified. Learn more now at podletter.com.